Hello and welcome to MUNPR. This is going to be a standard interview with conversation, stories, and things such as that. We actually have the least special guest on our podcast ever in history today, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started right into that. Who, what, when, where, why?
Caleb Lantz, just a guy. HSS, why? Great question.
I think we got everything, yeah, all right. This was also a little mental check just to make sure you're kind of aware of your surroundings.
My faculties are slipping.
That's okay, that's okay. You are on the way out, I've heard.
I am, yes, lame duck.
A little bit about who. Can we get a little bit more on that? Who are you?
I'm Caleb Lantz. I'm a fifth-year theater and history major at UT. I am the outgoing senior advisor for the next, 2 weeks until that's somebody else's job. And I am the now former host of MUNPR.
Now, I would typically be playing Nadia's theme right now, but I don't know how the copyright rules would work, so just kind of imagine that going in the background.
Okay.
Unless you want to sit through the ad. So I'm going to start pretty simply, just kind of to get a grasp of who you are. What is your best combo to defeat somebody who doesn't believe in you?
My best combo to defeat somebody who doesn't believe in me. I'm going to go with, you soften them up with a little self-effacing joke, because if they already don't respect you, making a joke about how you don't respect yourself is disarming. And then, I don't really know. I guess just more self-effacing humor. That's kind of the one and only strategy in my toolbox.
Do you like people to believe in you?
I need everyone to like me so much all the time, if that's not apparent from everything about me.
This is good. This is good. So I've been doing a lot of research online lately, and I've discovered that Tame Impala is not one guy. It's actually 4 women who started the band in their 40s.
Ooh.
Why do you think they keep saying it's just one guy?
I think this is yet another example of the music industry erasing women from its history.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think they say just one guy instead of one guy? Because there is a difference.
I think it's to make it seem more impressive, but frankly, I don't think Tame Impala is very impressive. I say this as somebody who I can't name a single Tame Impala song, so I am obviously the definitive authority on this.
What do you think Paula would say to that?
Ooh, what do I think Paula would say to that? Dean? Paula Dean?
Paula from Tame Impala.
Oh, Paula from Tame Impala. I don't know. She'd probably try to tame me, I would imagine.
She does that really well. So back on that note, do you think Benson Boone could do Cat's Eye?
Do I think Benson Boone could do Cat's Eye? I don't think so, because I think to be a successful member of Cat's Eye, you have to either be a woman or gay, and I don't think Benson Boone is either of those things.
But he's got something.
He's got something. I think he just has that ex-Mormon aura that frequently manifests in strange ways.
I agree with this. Let's see here. So I guess we should go back to Model UN related topics.
Mm-hmm.
Say you got a child and raised it with love and compassion and this and that. Art, MUN, sport, or nothing. Or secret fifth category.
Oh, okay. I know. So presumably this is my child, of my flesh.
That was not specified in the question.
That was not specified in the question. Okay. If it is of my flesh, I know that I very vociferously did not enjoy the activity my parents put me in. So if it's my biological child, I think regardless of what answer I pick, they're going to end up wanting to do one of the other two, because my parents put me in sports and I hated it. If it's a child with a functioning brain, though, I don't know. I feel like art is probably generally the most broadly useful, but I do also feel an obligation to say MUN. It wouldn't be sports.
Which art?
Which art? The performing arts, of course.
Okay. Back to you being in sports. At what height do you think you have a moral obligation to be in basketball?
What point do I think you have a moral obligation to play basketball? I think 6'8". If you're 6'8" or taller, you have to play basketball.
I mean, you got to give it a scholarship.
Yeah.
And that's at like age 14. If you're that tall, like
Yeah,
14.
if you're 6'8" going into high school, you have to play basketball. I think it should be like the draft.
Now, if that child also had a well-developed beard, would you then still say basketball or would you say football?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm going to say south of the Mason-Dixon football, north of it basketball.
Okay. Yeah, this is fair. So, do you like MUN?
I do. I'm very glad to not have to do it anymore. But it's I very fondly look back on it, but I am glad that I never have to speed read a background guide ever again.
I was under the impression you were mainly crisis. Did you ever try GA or
No.
enjoy it?
No, I didn't. Well, I did it for one scrimmage my freshman year, hated it. And the one conference I was supposed to be a GA delegate, one of our delegates dropped, so I got moved into crisis. So no, I never had to suffer through actual GA.
For those joining here who have never done MUN before, can you describe MUN via only hand motions or like getting up and I'll just describe what you're doing to the phone?
Yeah. Okay.
Character walking across the desk, jumping really big, exploding, dead, super dead. Thumbs up. Yeah, that seems like MUN. Why do they have to die all the time in MUN?
There's kind of... I think it's because there's nowhere... Like, a crisis arc naturally is always going to be taking itself, like whatever the bit is, to the next logical extreme. And that's kind of the end point of logical extremes. Like, if you're trying to ruin somebody's political career or whatever, the final stop on that train is always just killing them. Like, once that happens, you've kind of jumped the shark and there's nowhere else you can go. So it's the inevitable endpoint of probably 60 to 70% of crisis arcs.
What do you say to people who think that they've made enemies in MUN?
You have.
Always?
Yeah. This is a hobby that let me be clear, myself included, attracts people with an inflated ego. And when people with an inflated ego who think they're very good at something don't receive visual recognition in the form of awards, that they can't hold the idea that they are good and they didn't get an award in their head at the same time. So it always 100% of the time develops into, I didn't just not do well, I was fucked over. I was screwed. This is what, if you follow Blind Items MUN, you will find that every single conference there is somebody complaining that the awards were rigged, or somebody complaining that there was a grad student in their committee. And it's not because the awards were rigged, it's because they don't want to deal with the fact that maybe they're not God's gift to MUN.
What about people who don't actually have enemies and just kind of have fun? Are they not taking it seriously enough, or?
I don't think there's any level of how... I don't think there's a minimum of how seriously you should take MUN. This is, at its core, poli-sci LARPing. There are some people who get way too into the poli-sci part, and there are some people who get more into the LARP part than the poli-sci part. I think it's, I think it's far more detrimental to have people who think that they're going to get a job at the State Department based off of how well they do at MUN than people who are doing MUN because it's a fun role-play exercise.
What's your opinion then on showing a little bit of belly at MUN?
I'm always in favor of showing more skin in MUN, especially for the men.
When you see somebody showing belly, what do you think?
Give them a gavel.
Right off the bat.
Off the bat.
Do you think there should be more gavels?
Ooh, do I think there should be more? Like, what do you mean?
Either based on specific committees or like overarching whole entire event gavels if you see somebody with a fire fit.
Ooh, that's a good... I think there should be more gavels. I think they should hand out, gavels that are visually distinct. I think, the standard award, still only best delegate should get a gavel, but I think conference-wide you should also have, maybe a comically large gavel for the best large delegation award, or a comically small gavel for best small delegation, or many such other gavels.
Ooh. Any gavels for style points or no?
Sure, yeah. We can have an ivory gavel or something for style points. I'm sure that's within the price range of most college conferences.
Do you think most college conferences can ethically source that also, or are we just going to do terrible things?
I don't think ethics are a concern for most college conferences, except TennMUN, of course.
Except TennMUN.
The most moral conference.
Where do you ethically source ivory?
Under advice of legal counsel, I'm going to skip that one.
So this is a little bit of off topic here, but can I poop with the door open and no fan on?
Home alone?
No. Apartment, 3 random roommates.
Bedroom door closed?
There's no bathroom in my bedroom.
Oh, okay. How long have you known the roommates?
I really don't know them.
Sure, yeah. Why not? Go ahead.
Are you brave enough to do that?
Am I brave enough? Well, my bedroom is located in my bedroom. It's a 3-bed, 3-bath. So I do frequently shit with my bedroom door or bathroom door open, fan off, but my bedroom door is closed.
So then your whole bedroom smells like poop.
Well, my bedroom window is usually open.
Okay.
It's open right now, actually, so I hope it hasn't rained today.
All right. So you've done this many times.
Yes.
Let's.
I'm also a vociferous candle user.
We're going to go through a little bit of a speed round here.
All right.
Let me find where I put them. We're going to go dating or not dating rapid fire based on just things I see on the street, and I'm kind of wondering. Man and woman walking down the street.
Oh, okay.
Very simple.
Not dating.
Man and woman walking down the street, holding hands.
Probably dating.
Man and woman walking down the street, man in woman's butt pocket.
Dating.
Man and woman walking down the street, woman's hand in man's butt pocket. You can infer things about their relationship also.
Lesbian and her gay best friend.
I like this. All right, 2 women walking down the street, short haircuts, not holding hands.
What city?
Newport.
Rhode Island?
Sure.
Not dating.
2 women walking down the street, short haircut, 3rd woman behind them, much taller, blunt bangs.
Dating.
Who is dating?
All 3.
All 3. Okay, let's see here. Man and man walking down the street, Patagonia shorts, yellow and hot pink.
Dating.
Another man walking down the street, back of their hands touch, and then they instantly recoil in fear.
Not dating yet.
One of them lingers.
Dating tomorrow.
Both of them linger, but don't really acknowledge it. They don't go in to hold hands after.
Childhood best friends with sexual tension.
Okay. All right, that was the end of dating, not dating section.
Did I pass?
I don't know. I make them up every time.
All right.
I wasn't reading anything on there. All right. After that, we're going to head right into a fun little section. You are in the heat of battle.
Okay, I'm
You have
there.
the option between ice power, fire power. Don't pick yet.
Okay,
I'm going to inform you of your situation. You're going to ask me questions about it.
okay,
I'll tell you who your opponent is after you pick your power.
okay,
So you can't say like, oh, it's ice guy, I pick fire. No,
okay.
not going to happen. Start asking me questions.
What is the field of battle?
High school.
High school.
Cafeteria.
Cafeteria. Okay. Chairs, tables present?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a full cafeteria.
It's full. There are spectators.
You're a high schooler.
I'm a high schooler. Do my classmates respect me?
I'd say you're in the bottom 2/3.
Bottom 2/3. Okay, okay. Have I had lunch yet?
You've started to.
I've started to. Okay. From home or cafeteria?
Home wet sandwich.
Home wet sandwich. PB&J or with meat?
You can't really tell what's going on in there.
I can't really tell. So my mom packed this.
Yeah, it's Midwest.
Mom
You don't
packed
really
this.
know what's
Okay.
going on.
Midwest. Okay.
Yeah.
Upper Midwest, lower Midwest.
The part where they get weird with sandwiches.
Okay. Ohio. All right. 2025?
Sure.
Fire.
Okay. You've recently started talking to Stacy Longbottom,
Okay.
the hottest babe in school. And by
Okay.
talking to her, that basically means she walked up and said, "You kind of smell weird," and that means she has the hots for you.
I famously.
John sees, and he is pissed.
I hate that guy.
Instantly, you punch yourself. What are you doing?
I'm disarming my foes with humor, as discussed previously.
Who do you disarm?
Well, I'm punching myself, right?
Yes.
Presumably myself.
You start making jokes about punching yourself.
Uh-huh.
Stacy Longbottom is kind of interested still. She's game.
Women love a guy who's a little bit of a freak. This has been my motto for years.
You steal Stacy Longbottom's fork and stab yourself in the leg.
Uh-huh.
What do you do, man? Things are not going well.
Et tu, Brute?
Stacy Longbottom hates Latin.
Fuck. Fuck, I forgot. She's a Greek major. Damn it.
She is notoriously a Greek major in high school.
Yeah.
It's kind of her whole thing.
Yeah.
John across the cafeteria is rubbing his hands together, smirking villainously. Doing anything.
I have my fire powers.
You still have firepower.
I'm just gonna blast that guy. I'm just gonna set him on fire.
You torch a high schooler.
Uh-huh.
Blast him. He lives. John instantaneously, it appears he has telekinetic powers, and he throws the cafeteria table on top of you. And it's the one where the table and chairs are connected, so all the high schoolers also just topple on top of you.
Uh-huh.
What's happening?
I'm wondering the same thing myself, honestly.
Stacy Longbottom is not doing well either. She just got thrown across the cafeteria.
Uh-huh.
What are you doing? You still have a fork in your leg.
I still have a fork in my leg. Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the fork out and I'm going to tactically cauterize my wound.
Works.
Works, okay. I'm going to use my fire powers to melt a hole in the floor underneath where John is standing and just keep going until he falls all the way through.
John goes to the mantle of the earth and is instantaneously incinerated.
As I planned all along.
The school does not really understand what happens, but they know you have fire powers now. And Stacy Longbottom does not like you because of the Latin. That's the end of that question.
Okay.
Now, of the many questions I've asked you, 4 of them have been pickup lines. This is just like my own experience.
Uh-huh.
That's a statement. Do you have a response?
4 of them have been pickup lines. I'd love to have a response, but I really can't think of one. I'm speechless.
All right. Cool. All right. We're going to go into another subcategory. This one's called spiders.
Oh boy.
Okay. So, for jumping spiders, do you think we assume they're more intelligent and have found them to be more intelligent because they have better visual systems than other spiders? Or do you think that we only get this result of them having good vision because their experience is more similar to ours and there are other spiders with higher levels of intelligence that we just don't understand?
I think that, as Sun Tzu once said, the most crucial lesson in warfare is to never underestimate your opponent. And as somebody who famously has a horrible fear of anything even remotely insect-related, I don't think, frankly, we think they're smart enough. I think we need to be preparing for the eventuality that jumping spiders will enter the nuclear arms race.
So do you think jumping spiders are then the most intelligent form of spider, or do you think there are other spiders who are more intelligent than jumping spiders?
I think jumping spiders present the gravest national security threat to the United States of America.
Okay. Spiders have been observed moving their eyes in long periods of not moving their bodies, and some believe this is implying that they are sleeping with rapid eye movement dreams, REM sleep. Do you think spiders can dream, and what do you think those would be like?
I hope that spiders can dream only so that they can have nightmares, because frankly I'm terrified of what a spider's paradise would entail for humanity. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Jumping spiders are a 5th column, and we need a first strike.
Do you think jumping spiders have wants for greater things?
I do. Global conquest, specifically.
What's holding them back?
Mostly raid, I think. I think that's a lot of it. Probably like glue traps is also a big thing. And me, frankly.
Oh. Do you consider yourself anti-spider?
Certainly.
Do you want to put that on air to all of the spiders out there?
Yes, all of the spiders out there. If I see you in my home, you are not seeing your family again. This is a running policy for anything that creeps and or crawls. If I see you in my apartment, no one will see you again. You are going into the municipal sewer system. Bye-bye.
So the live bug I brought into the interview, was that
It
good
did
or
freak me
bad?
the fuck out, yes. I didn't say anything, but yes, I was terrified that it would crawl onto me.
Or weaver spiders have been seen to adjust the structure of their webs depending on the type of prey they receive. This implies some level of cognitive function, yes. Do you think they're going to use this against you?
I think they could. I think our best course of action is to weaponize the carpenter, or whatever the hell they are, spiders against the jumping spiders. I think if we can cause division within the spider community, we can buy ourselves time.
Do you like spiders?
No.
Dancing White Lady Spider is known as the best navigating spider, able to travel on record over half a mile in the dark and return to its burrow in sand dunes, using only kind of the visual display of the mountain range to navigate. Why do you think they focused on her dancing?
I mean, who among us has not been entranced by a dancing white lady, frankly?
Do you like spiders?
No.
All right, we're going to do a little Would You Rather, and then we're going to let you do a statement to the people.
Okay.
Would you rather pee your pants, and everyone knows, but you can change your pants right after? Or poop your pants, wet diarrhea style. No one knows, but you have to sit in it all day.
Piss my pants, unquestioningly.
Really?
Yes. I had this thought yesterday. So I was in a show, it wrapped yesterday, and I banged the fuck out of my knees in that show because every show I had to drop from a fully standing position directly onto my knees on a hardwood floor, and it does hurt. And I was like, but you know what, it's worth it. And then I had the thought of, if I thought that it would make one additional person laugh and I could go change immediately afterwards, I would piss myself on stage. So yes, I would absolutely do that rather than shit myself and have to stand in it for several hours. I think there's a different level of social stigma between pissing you don't shit yourself laughing. You do piss yourself laughing.
This is all the humor you've ever known.
This is.
You've never gotten to the shit stage.
I'm not. No, I've yet to progress.
Do you think people who can shit themselves laughing are happier?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'd have to ask one if I met one. So if any of you out there are laugh shitters, hit my line, I guess.
Do you have any statements for the people?
I'm so sorry. It's been a wild ride. Great 4.5 years. Best of luck.
Why didn't you try harder in basketball?
Why didn't I try harder in basketball? I did play basketball for several years. I was not very good, actually, despite being like a foot taller than everybody else.
You could just grab the ball and hold it above them.
Yeah, I could.
How did that not work?
You know, I feel like the point where, like, height carries you over skill, you've got to be a little bit taller than me. Like the 6'8", 14-year-old that we were discussing. I feel like at that point, you don't even have to know the rules of basketball, and you can probably still lead your team in points. But, you know, when you're a 5'10", 10-year-old playing against a bunch of 5'2", 10-year-olds, it's really, you still can't reach the rim.
How tall was Teen Wolf?
I don't know. I haven't seen Teen Wolf. You know, you're not actually the first person to be shocked by that.
I always imagined Teen Wolf to be pretty much my height. Shorter than average, really good at basketball. Thought I should bring that up.
There are short basketball players, I'm told.
But you've done no research into this.
You know, I can't say I've done much research into basketball, no.
I've lost all the cards.
Do you want the cards back?
Yeah, I'm going to do speed round and then maybe some cards. Mix and match. So, for the people coming into MUN, What advice do you have for why exec is so scary?
Why is exec so scary? I think exec is so scary because we have a tendency to, how do I say this? We have a tendency to treat exec as if it's like the leadership of the club, which, like, I know technically it is, but there's a tendency to view the club as a sort of Venn diagram where you have the space in the middle is, the club, and then the two circles are people on exec and people not on exec. And it's really, like, it's just that there's 10 positions, there's 9 people on it right now. It's just the 9 or 10 people that, like, have to do slightly more work. And I think the more that we, like, understand that it's a made-up position for a college role-play club, I think the better off we'll be. It really isn't that deep, is what I'm getting at.
Why do they need a whole hour before the club meeting to do that?
I've been asking myself that for 4 years.
I've still wondered. What do you guys do in that little fishbowl?
Well, since I've been senior advisor, it's mostly listen to the other exec members talk about what they're doing, because it's a senior advisor, for those who don't know, is a do-nothing position. Ever since the last constitutional rewrite, its only official duties are to deal with any conflict that arises alongside the president and vice president, and to order cords for the graduating seniors. And my predecessor ordered my graduation cord, so I didn't even have to do one of my 2 things.
What advice do you have if you were ever to do your job?
If I were ever to do my job,
give me some senior advice. Is what
senior advice, switch out of being a pre-law major. Especially if you want to go to law school. There is no reason to ever be a pre-law major. I say this as a former pre-law major. If you were to ask a random person in the club what major they started at UT, probably a 50% chance it's pre-law, and you'll notice that none of them are pre-law majors anymore. There is a reason for this.
I'm not pre-law. What
Good.
advice do you have for me?
What is your major?
Chemical engineering.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
I guess apply for that teaching chemical engineering internship.
Maybe. All right, we're going to try out some cards.
All right.
What's a belief that you had to let go of?
What's a belief I had to let go of? I think I've answered this twice now from it being flipped on me, but I'm just going to give the same answer, which is that everything happens for a reason. I used to believe that. I no longer believe that. I don't think there's one set reason for anything. I think everything happens for a reason, but what that reason is can be made up at any given time. Nothing means anything.
Do you think that reason made up is important still?
I think it is. I think it's important that you figure out what the reason that something has happened for you. I know this is all just fucking word salad that doesn't make any sense. I think it's like whatever, say, you experience some loss. I used to think that, like, you experienced this loss so that you could, as you're grieving, experience this moment, which will then lead you to this, which will then lead you to this, which will in some way make your life better. I no longer believe that. But I do think it is, like, say you have that loss, I think it's important you, in the aftermath of that, figure out retroactively what you want the reason for it to be. Because I don't think, I guess this is slightly beyond the purview of the question, but I don't think that there's, like, an active consciousness deciding a definitive cause and effect, like, chain link for every series of events. Because frankly, if there was, I think the world would make a whole lot more sense and be a whole lot less bad.
Do you think those connections are just people then?
I think they can be. I think they can be people. I think they can be events. I think they can be states of mind. Like, and it doesn't have to be some grand, profound thing. Like, it doesn't have to be, I got fired from my job so that I could, have this profound spiritual revelation while I'm, unemployed, which will lead me to some greater truth about life and the universe. It can literally be, I got fired from my job so that while I'm on unemployment, I can get, like, a better relationship with my cat or something. Like, it does not, they don't have to be on the same order of magnitude. But I do think I don't think everything happens for a reason, but I do think everything happens for some reason. if that makes any sense whatsoever.
What would some reason be for shitting yourself while laughing?
Maybe that pair of pants you really wanted is suddenly on sale.
Yeah. What's something that people praise you for that doesn't feel like a compliment?
Oh, I've answered this one too. It's, and I'm going to give
cards
this
before coming in here.
I did not, but in the process of asking other people these, they did this. Those were both flipped back at me.
Okay.
I'm going to say the same thing, which is when people say specifically like, "Wow, you're actually really funny," because the "actually" implies like upon meeting me, they're like, "Well, fuck this guy." Yeah.
All right. What was a moment in your life that you would have chosen a different path?
Ooh, what is a moment in my life that I would have chosen a different path, or?
The handwriting was a little bit.
Yeah.
Could have chosen
a different path. I mean, the obvious, the cop-out answer is just choosing where to go to college. I applied to 2 universities here, in the University of Texas, San Antonio, and I didn't really have a super thought-out reason for why. It was, at the time, I wanted to be a lawyer, and so I applied to UTK because it was close, and I knew they had a good law school and the pre-law program, and UT San Antonio because it was really far away. I had friends in San Antonio, and they had a decent criminal justice program. And I came to UTK because they gave me more scholarship money. And in hindsight, I think that was definitely the right decision. 1, because I need the scholarship money, and 2, because I'm sure I would have still had the moment of, oh God, I don't actually want to be a lawyer at UTSA. But I wouldn't have, I would be halfway across the country without any idea of what I wanted. It would be a much, I don't want to say safer, but a much less forgiving environment to fuck around and figure things out in.
Based on your 2 answers, why do you not own a nice cowboy hat?
I do own a cowboy hat.
A nice one?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like leather, but I'd say it's nice.
What is it?
It's, I don't know. It's off Amazon.
Is it felted plastic?
It might be felted plastic. I'm not quite sure what it is. It's not even fake leather. It's vaguely fur-ish, but it's clearly not made from an animal that ever walked this earth.
Was it a bird?
Maybe. Could be. The Amazon Essentials cowboy hat.
All right. We're going to do any more final remarks after these 4 questions, series of questions. Mainly, why'd you make MUNPR?
Why did I make MUNPR?
Did anybody ask you?
I think they have asked me, and I don't know that I've ever really had a satisfying answer for them. I don't know. If it's not apparent from the everything about me, I bizarre creative projects that are kind of entertaining or funny to no one but myself are my favorite things to do. That's why that's why the VolMUN Oscars exist. That's why the Spoon Assassins trailers exist. That's why MUNPR exists. That's why the MUN history book exists or will exist. The initial MUNPR's birth was I was doing interviews and polling for the 2025 general elections because I thought it would be worthwhile for people in the club to be able to hear about the candidates earlier than the night they were voting on who should be in each office, and I stand by that. I think that was a good decision, which is why I continued it. And I thought the polling would be helpful to the candidates themselves so that they knew, if going into election night you're down 20 points, you got to knock those answers out of the park. Or, if you're 30 points up going into election night, it's probably going to go your way, but you still need to pay attention. And then Wildcard started because I did interviews for membership chair at the start of this semester. And for anyone who hasn't heard, the Wildcard, this whole program is verbatim ripped from an actual NPR show. There is an NPR show called Wildcard with Rachel Martin, and it is the exact same format as MUNPR's Wildcard, just with a different host. And I really enjoyed interviewing the people for membership chair and getting to know them. So, and I actually texted Tristan the night of the first one, and I said, this was really fun. If I can find any way to continue doing these interviews throughout the semester, I'm going to. And then I did. I found the excuse of just interviewing everyone on exec. And now it's come full circle with me as the final interview in episode 21, and with hopefully Lauren as the new host of MUNPR if they want it.
That's cool.
Okay.
Final question then.
Uh-huh.
What was the weirdest iMovie you made as a kid?
Weirdest iMovie I made as a kid. I don't have to think about this at all. I have an answer for you. In 6th grade, so I was in the gifted program in elementary and middle school. And in middle school, we had a different teacher each of the 4 years. Like, there just was so much turnover. And in 6th grade, it was the most hands-off teacher we ever had. Like, she kind of just, we would sit in her room for an hour and a half, and she would just grade stuff on her computer, and we'd do whatever. So initially what we had decided our big project that year was going to be was we were going to make a play, an iMovie, about American history, specifically through a scene from each major war the United States has participated in. Why we wanted to do that, God only knows. And we kind of realized that that's maybe outside the scope of 10, 11, and 12-year-olds to pull off. And so we narrowed our scope a little. We decided we wouldn't do, a pastiche of all of American history. We wouldn't even really do about any war. We would set it on one event on one day, and we chose 9/11. We decided to do a play about 9/11. It wasn't in good taste. I don't know why the teacher let us do this. She certainly knew that's what we were doing. I've tried to, because this was recorded on my iPhone, and so I've tried to find it so many times, and it appears to just not exist. Lauren, we made a blooper reel for the 9/11 play. There was an iMovie somewhere of a blooper reel of us being like, oh, the plane, and then falling over. There was a scene where I was playing somebody who didn't die when the first plane hit because I was in a porta potty on the ground floor. I come running on screen with toilet paper stuck to my shoe. There was oh my God. There was a scene, the aftermath scene at Ground Zero, and I distinctly remember me and a classmate of mine who was Greek Orthodox. We go up to the window, which was supposed to be an altar. We make the sign of the cross. I don't know about Greek Orthodox. That's certainly not a thing you do in the Methodist Church, which is what I was raised in. It's probably offensive to Catholics. It was just all around a colossal disaster, and it's for the best of the 10 people involved that there is no video record of this, as grimly hilarious as it would be if there was.
Why do you think they gave a 6th grader a phone?
I was one of the last of my classmates to get a phone. I remember begging my parents for so long, and then in 5th grade I got an iPhone 4, and then the next year AT&T gave us an upgrade, so I got the 6 Plus. This would have been on the 6 Plus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. When should kids get phones? And would that prevent 9/11 videos? And would that stifle creativity in some way?
No, I feel like now. Well, I feel like it would prevent 9/11 just because that's not a.
It would prevent 9/11.
I think we, Mark Wahlberg once said, if I had been on that plane, things would have gone down differently. I think just because 9/11 isn't I don't think people under 30 think about 9/11 that much, or at least as a great historical tragedy. If you make a 9/11 joke around somebody who's Gen Z or Millennial or Gen Alpha, they're gonna laugh. If you make a 9/11 joke around Gen X or a Boomer, best case scenario, you're getting a look. I feel now, if I were Gen Alpha, Yeah. Listeners, Lauren has just turned their computer screen around to me that says a large part of this is about 9/11. Like, and to answer the other part of your question, I don't think children should have a phone until 13 years old, minimum.
This is good. All right, well, that's the end of my interview. I think I've gotten everything I wanted to get out of this. Speed round, pink or purple?
Pink.
Flowers with 5 petals or 6 petals?
5.
Sunny day, rainy day.
Sunny.
How many times you watched Twilight?
The whole series? First movie.
Bella, first movie.
4.
Bella or Edward, which one are you?
Ooh, which one am I? Bella?
Spinny chairs that we have here with the moving desk. Spinny chairs, no desk, just kind of guessing.
No desk.
Happy birthday or, hey, what's up, man?
Happy birthday.
Do you always want people to acknowledge it's your birthday on your birthday, or do you like the mystery?
I'm an attention whore. I love it when people wish me happy birthday.
What happens if somebody gives you a birthday sash? Do you wear it ironically for the whole day, but hoping for attention, or do you just take it off after they give it to you?
You know, I've never received a birthday sash. I'd have to find out.
Ooh. So
I think it would come to me in the moment.
Oh, okay. Do you feel a light inside your chest on your birthday?
I feel a light inside my chest 365 days a year.
Oh, leap years?
366.
Okay, just checking. If you had to switch your major to another major college, what would it be?
Social work?
Waxy shiny leaves or not waxy shiny leaves?
Not waxy shiny.
When you see a lamb's ear plant, do you pick it off to like feel the lamb's ear, or do you leave it on the plant?
I leave it on the plant.
You're walking a dog and another dog smells your dog.
Is there a question?
What you doing?
Asking if I can pet the other dog.
Are you ever going to be a pizza delivery driver?
Well, I'm actually wearing my Garfield pizza delivery jacket right now. Quite possibly, honestly. The job market's not looking great.
Would you do Domino's or a different one?
I would do whoever paid me the most.
Wow. If it's at 30 or less, are you breaking laws to get there?
I'm breaking laws whether that policy's in place or not.
Would you say you're a good driver?
I would say I'm a good driver. I've had passengers that would disagree with that, but I would point them to my safety record, 0 accidents.
This is fair. Have you caused accidents?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, there you go. How many people have honked at you?
Not as many as I've honked at.
Oh. Do you curse while driving?
Sometimes.
Green or blue?
Blue.
How many toothbrushes do you go through in a month?
1.
How many toothbrushes do you go through in a year?
12.
Have you used your toothbrush to clean something and then gone, aw man, I gotta get a new toothbrush?
No, I only use my toothbrush to clean something when I'm already planning on buying a new toothbrush.
Was Model UN fun?
Yes.
Would you do it again?
Yes.
How many times did you try to destroy the club from the inside? Greater or less than 5?
Probably less.
Muncest?
No.
Why does it happen?
Freaks in close proximity. I think it's the exact same principle why there's so many freaky band kids. We spend so much time together, and I think doing MUN gives you a kind of sort of like parasitic brainworm that really can only be understood by people with the same parasitic brainworm. This is not an endorsement of Muncest. Don't do it, freaks.
Well, thank you, everybody. That was the end of my podcast. Just had to get Caleb to call you guys freaks.
Anytime.
Sorry if it went kind of long. I just kind of had a lot of fun doing this. Caleb, any last words after this final remark?
The people have a right to know whether their senior advisor is a crook. Well, I am not a crook.
How often does that happen? And then I end it, cut it right there.